Hey guys, welcome back. EA Fitness 10 here. Today I have a fun topic for you guys. This one falls in the nutrition category. I know that I've mentioned previously that I don't believe in a lot of these fad diets, and I would not recommend them to people either. One, because they're kind of annoying. They have all these set of rules. You have to be actively thinking about what you can and can't eat all the time. They can interfere in your social life per se. You know, you can't eat at certain restaurants because they have all food items that just don't fit into that diet, or you know, it's just hard to keep up with these. Not to mention that I believe that as you continue with these fad diets, you will see some results, but after a while you're gonna plateau and then you get discouraged. You stop eating that fad diet and you go back to eating junk, and it's a vicious cycle, right? But today I'm gonna be telling you guys about the Mediterranean diet, which I think is awesome. It's super simple and it has some great social aspects to it as well, okay? So, let's get started. Okay, so the Mediterranean diet, what is it? What does it mean? As simply as I can put it, and all it really is a diet based off of what people in the Mediterranean area eat. So we're talking Italy, Greece, Spain, Portugal, and countries like that, right? And the reasoning behind this diet is that a lot of the people that have switched from the regular, I guess, standard American diet, acronym for SAD, the people who switch from the SAD to the Mediterranean diet have seen great things like lower blood pressure, increased health, energy, and things like that. And they're just overall healthier. And why is that? The Mediterranean lifestyle is very different from what we have here today, right? And what we're gonna cover here in a minute. But it ties in a lot to what I believe in as my big philosophy for functional long-term health. And I think overall it is just awesome. And I think it can help you and, you know, just about anyone else, okay? So let's get going here. What does this Mediterranean diet have in it that is so good, okay? So let's start with foods, okay? What kind of things can you eat? Well, the very first thing is lean, white proteins, right? Some other proteins that you can eat in this diet are chicken, pork, and ham. Now, we gotta make sure that they're as lean as possible, but it's okay if they have some fat in them, right? Some other things include wild-caught fish. Tuna and salmon are a couple of those examples. I mean, everybody loves salmon, right? It's awesome. We can also get some of those other, you know, seafood items that actually have a great ton of benefits for us. So scallops, shrimp, lobster, right? If you look at these proteins, one, they tend to be leaner as opposed to red meats. And believe it or not, some of these actually have a lot of great nutrients that are good for us, especially for our thyroid health, which is our little bone here in the throat. And it actually controls our metabolism. So some of these guys are packed with great vitamins that are good for the thyroid. Now, what about red meat, right? So I know that some of you out there, including myself, do want to have a nice piece of steak. Maybe when you have, you know, a tough training session like leg day or something like that, you definitely want to get in something like a red meat. So red meat, yes, absolutely, it is allowed, but it's recommended that you don't eat it very often, right? So we're talking about once, twice per month, you know, maybe once a week is pushing it, but red meat, yes, it is allowed. So we're just gonna set it to once per week, right? So these are some of the proteins that you should and are able to eat under the Mediterranean diet. As you can see, you're not really restricted to anything. But what about other foods, right? These are our proteins. So now let's talk about the carbs that we're able to eat. Green leafy vegetables, kale, spinach, cauliflower, lettuce. Cauliflower is not even a leafy vegetable, but still, it's a vegetable. It's under that category. It's healthy for us, so eat it, right? Carrots, broccoli, etc. are more examples of carbohydrates that are good for us that are allowed in this Mediterranean diet. Lots of fruits. Now, eat your fruits for breakfast, eat them for snacks, eat them for dinner. Eating lots of fruits is actually good for you, as you know that they have tons of nutrients. They're nutrient-dense foods. And we're able to eat them under this diet. As you can see, we can eat so much under this diet already. And it's awesome because this is so much easier to follow than some of these diets that say, well, no, you can't have carbs at all. Oh, but you can't really eat like some of these. Oh, maybe you can't have seafood. You know, this is great. And we're not even done yet. So let's continue. Snacks, right? Nuts and seeds are awesome for us. They have a lot of nutrients. And some of these can be cashews, almonds, Brazil nuts, sunflower seeds. There are so many nuts and seeds out there that have great nutrients that are good for us. And you can have them as a snack under the Mediterranean diet. So go for it, right? Maybe, as I mentioned, your fruits can also be part of your snack and they're good for you. But what about drinks? This is one that maybe is a little more restricted, but you can still get a good bit of leeway, right? Water, of course, we gotta get tons of water in. You know, you can throw in some lemon. You can throw in some lemon in there, and you know, just to give it a little flavor, you can make so many flavors of water. You know, it's up to you. You make that happen, but as long as we're getting water, we're getting hydrated, it's good for you, right? Natural juices, guys. So maybe you don't want to eat all those fruits. Maybe you just pack them all up in the blender. You make this delicious breakfast cocktail and you're getting your natural juices in. You're still getting tons of vitamins and all this good stuff for you under the Mediterranean diet by drinking it, right? These are awesome for you. And here's the fun one. Wine, yes. With the Mediterranean diet, there is no alcohol, blah, blah, blah. Go have a glass of wine every night if you want, because it has actually been kind of shown in some studies that red wine does contain some anti-inflammatory properties for the body, and as we know, people say red wine is good for our heart. Now, I'm not so sure about that one. I'll have to look that up a little bit more. But yeah, have some red wine, relax, right? It goes great with maybe that once per week steak. Maybe you just have it with one of these other options. Maybe you like white wine. I don't know that white wine is as good as red wine in terms of health benefits, but yeah, have a glass of wine every day, right? So these are some of the foods, pretty much most of the foods that we can have under the Mediterranean diet, right? And for drinks, let me go ahead and add teas, right? Sorry, but it's time to drop your coffee, guys. Coffee is not as good as you think. Yes, it has caffeine, but you can just go ahead and get yourself some green tea or some matcha if you want. Teas are so much healthier, much more natural for you because, quite frankly, coffee out here today, in this day and age, is very washed down. It's lots of sugars, lots of creamers, and it's just not good for you. So lay down a cup of joe and start getting to tea, because tea is good for you, has great antioxidants, minerals, nutrients for you, much better, okay? So this is our Mediterranean diet food plan, right? But what I love about this is that it doesn't stop there. The Mediterranean diet has those social aspects, as I was mentioning, okay? So let me cover that. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the social and lifestyle implications that go along with the Mediterranean diet. Trust me, it's nothing crazy, you're not gonna die, but it's some good stuff. And it's good for you, it's for the benefit, right? I wouldn't be telling you if there was no benefit for you, so let's get to it. The first point of this that fits into lifestyle a little bit more is just going out and walking more, right? Getting more steps in. So we know that our diet can have a huge impact on our health, but how about we supplement our Mediterranean diet with going out and getting a little bit more of exercise? Now, maybe you're just going out for a walk in your neighborhood, maybe you're taking your dog out for a walk, you're going to a nearby park, getting a more walk. The idea is to get more walking in, get more activity in, as like I've mentioned, right, with our active lifestyle. Getting more steps in, getting more activity in is good for us, get the blood flowing, get moving, get those muscles working. Maybe you're doing training, weight training, calisthenics, whatever it is, maybe you're training for sport. It can fit into that, right? But the idea is just to live healthy. Another factor of the Mediterranean diet is share a meal with somebody. So maybe you go out to eat, because in the Mediterranean diet that's okay. You go out, you go order yourself a salmon salad. Go have lunch with your grandma. Go have it with your mom, your dad, your siblings, best friend, significant other, whoever you want. Go have lunch with them, go have dinner with them, breakfast, whatever the case may be. Go eat with them, right? Sharing a meal with someone allows you to have some human interaction, which is good for your health too, right? Because if we're just stuck in our computers all day and all we have is a screen to look at, well, that's no fun, and that's not gonna have very much health benefits, right? But going out, talking to someone, letting words out might be a stress reliever, might be good. And it's part of the Mediterranean diet, so now you have to go do it, right? Uh-oh, too bad. But yeah, so these are kind of the social factors and lifestyle that go into this diet. So as you can see, yes, the huge component is diet, but we're adding more stuff that has health benefits to us, right? And that's the goal. If we want to be healthy, happy, and long-term functional, why not do something? Why not get in the habit that is good for us? Why not do fun stuff like getting more steps in, or making sure that every day we share lunch or dinner with somebody, even if it's a stranger. Maybe you're in a mall or something and you're in a cafeteria, you see that guy across the room all alone, go talk to the guy. You never know who you'll run into, right? But guys, this was the Mediterranean diet. If you have any questions or anything, leave it down below. I'll be happy to answer it. If there's anything you guys want to see, I'll be happy to cover it as well. I will leave info down below for all the stuff that I'm doing, whether it's the brands that I'm a part of, contact information for me, or if you want to get some personal training in with me, or maybe you want to get a consultation, I'll be happy to leave that down below, okay? That's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching, and until next time.